me down then and there. You have no idea, do you?
Get good, skill issue, sausage fingers, Nubix Cube. These are just a variety of the many insults thrown at me, Eurogamer's Ian Higton, over the years, thanks to my lengthy presence as a casual streamer on the internet. But here's the thing. Not everyone is a god-tier gamer. Most people are like me, just your average person who loves to play games because they are, wait for it, fun. Sure, there are some people out there who like to attain true mastery of games, throwing themselves into one singular title in order to become the best of the best, and more power to them. But that's just not me. I tend to flip-flop between titles regularly. Occasionally, however, something will stick. You see, despite being Mr. Average Pants 32 at most games, I still enjoy a challenge, and every so often, I'll throw everything I've got at a game until I've finally cracked it, whether I've attained true mastery or not. For example, while I've platinumed Returnal, a game which I actually got really good at in the end, I also platinumed Elden Ring, and that one I wasn't very skilled at all. I didn't learn any spells or memorize the parry windows for each boss, I didn't take the time to learn what the majority of the nonsensical consumables were, and I certainly don't know what the hell an iframe is, was, or does. But I did stubbornly keep on keeping on until I was able to level my character up to such an extent that I was able to murder most enemies in one hit with a big bonky sword, whilst also utilizing summons to help out on the biggest of baddest boss battles, of course. Basically, I stubborned my way through it, and despite the many moments of controller snapping tantrums that ensued, I never gave up because the world From had built was so much fun to explore. Yes, the thought of actually completing it became a bit of an obsession, but you know what? In the end, I had a lot of fun doing it, even though I wasn't technically good at it at all. So, where am I going with all of this? Well, Eurogamer's editor-in-chief, Tom Orry, recently published an opinion piece on the site titled, "Don't let anyone tell you you're not skilled enough to enjoy Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm near incompetent, yet having an absolute blast with Xbox's hack and slash." And it struck a chord with me, inspiring me to whip out my own Xbox and give the game a go, because Tom's description of his time with it seemed to mirror that of my own experiences with the Dark Souls series. He kicks off his article talking about how he enjoys the feeling of a Ninja Gaiden game, both the vibes and the fact that they have the essence of having a great time. It's a series that some people will absolutely go all in on, he explains. A series that practically begs to be mastered and used as a showcase of skill. But it's also one he's always seen as less of a test of ability he doesn't have, and more as a finely tuned piece of violent escapism.
Looks like you made it close to the gate. But this place is swarming with DDO troops too.
Basically, he's saying that you don't need to be a ninja to enjoy Ninja Gaiden 4, because this entry especially lends itself to his philosophy more easily than those that came before it. Which is great news for me, because in the OG Xbox days, I rented Ninja Gaiden Black from Blockbuster, remember Blockbuster, and also renting games, and it absolutely tore me a brand spanking new one with a rusty dragon sword. I persevered for as long as I could, but unlike From Souls games, it didn't have an open structure to the level design, so when I hit a roadblock, I couldn't wander off in a different direction and fight something else. I couldn't just stubborn my way through the boss fights either, as you really needed to master the controls to get anywhere with the game, and I sure as hell couldn't summon someone to come help me beat a particularly bothersome boss either. The roadblocks meant that I just wasn't having fun, and so I gave up. I never went back, and I certainly didn't try out Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja Gaiden 3 or whatever spin-offs, special editions and remastered editions have come out since then either. But then, in Tom's article, he talks about how Ninja Gaiden 4 is different and that it fits an "I'm going to have a great time even if I don't 100% know what I'm doing at every moment" ethos, which kind of makes sense, seeing as it's developed by Bayonetta studio Platinum Games. Bayonetta is another of these games that is joyous chaos from start to finish, whether you know what the buttons you're pressing are doing or not. Ninja Gaiden 4 even supports you in this transformational way of thinking by offering some significant assists to lessen the difficulty. These assists are tied to Hero Mode, a name that certainly makes you feel less cheap for using it, even though it does cause your character to auto-dodge and guard, which are both things that purists would get super snotty about people using, I'm sure. But these are the types of people who have the available brain capacity to not only learn all the moves, but understand when they are best used too. And I can assure you, I'm not one of those people. But why worry if you're not the best of the best at a game? A lifetime of holding controllers has taught me that no matter what derogatory comments are thrown my way, I can still have a great time with a game without being great at said game. Hell, I'm still terrible at PUBG, and I've been playing and loving that one since 2017. Back to Ninja Gaiden 4 though, and according to Tom, the systems, combos, move list and defense techniques all come at you thick and fast. Almost overwhelmingly so, or so it seems, but allegedly what initially would start out as an attempt to stubbornly button mash my way through the game, quite understatedly, will gradually start to evolve into more deliberate actions. Naturally, I'll learn the timing for parries and blocks, Tom says, and soon after that I'll begin to understand when I need to use Bloodraven form to break through blocks, how to use walls and flying drones to my advantage, and how to dodge with impeccable timing, all without using Hero Mode. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just slap on Hero Mode and have a good time with it until I'm not anymore, and then move on. Either way, at least Tom's think piece about the game has made me want to try it out, rather than avoid it like its predecessors. And perhaps this one will be the one that finally clicks for me, because it's a Platinum Games special rather than a Team Ninja game. That change in developer may be something that annoys series fans, but that's for them to decide. But for me, it's an invitation to try again. And it's certainly a looker too, with a slick, retro-futuristic, monochromatic style that lets the blood and other splashes of colour pop. New character Yakumo being the lead over Ryo will upset die-hard fans of the series, no doubt, but Ryo still gets his own sections, and Yakumo plays brilliantly. More showy moments like the acrobatic rail grinding, however, aren't exactly pure Ninja Gaiden, but they still fit in this world of superhuman exhibitionism.
You're getting close. Stay on that rail.
Tom rounds off his post about Ninja Gaiden 4 by stating that Platinum Games has impressed him, successfully making him care once again about a franchise that has been treading water since 2008. But will it impress me, and will I be any good at it? Who knows, but whether I pick it up instantly or I end up being a sausage-fingered Nubix cube all over again, at least I'll have fun finding out. Thank you so much for checking out this little opinion piece. Do let me know if there's a double hard game that you really love, even though it consistently kicks your ass, in the comments below. I won't tell you to get good, I promise. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Eurogamer for almost daily videos about video games. Goodbye.